celebrating everything that makes Central Illinois amazing. This is Living Well on WMBD.
Happy Wednesday morning and welcome to Living Well. It's hump day, everybody, and we're halfway through the week. I'm your host, Allie Reed, filling in for Yvonne Greer. Today, we'll tell you how one doctor is trying to solve a cancer mystery. And later, we'll show you how firefighters took it upon themselves to make sure a pizza got delivered. But first, the LGBTQ community and other groups are welcoming the latest move by the World Health Organization. Starting in 2022, the WHO's legislative body will no longer classify transgender people as mentally ill. As Kim Hutcherson reports, many say it's about time.
In a move activists say is long overdue, the World Health Organization will no longer classify transgender people as mentally ill. The UN agency is reclassifying gender incongruence, the term the agency uses for people whose gender identity differs from the gender they were assigned at birth. The term will be moved from the agency's chapter on mental health disorders and into one called sexual health. The agency and LGBTQ activists say the move will help improve social acceptance for transgender people and reduce stigma. The organization Transgender Europe says the previous classification contributed to discrimination, harassment, criminalization, and abuse based on gender identity. In a new description of gender incongruence, the WHO says gender variant behavior and preferences alone are not a basis for a mental health diagnosis. The change will be presented at the World Health Assembly in 2019 and will go into effect in 2022. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
And in this morning's Health Matters, the FDA approves a new treatment for patients with seizures, and it contains marijuana. It's the first prescription drug made from marijuana, and even though marijuana remains illegal under federal law, the medication is called Epidiolex. It will treat two rare forms of epilepsy in patients 2 years and older. It's essentially a pharmaceutical L-grade version CBD oil. Some parents already use that oil to treat children with epilepsy, often in the form of a tasty flavor to help them take it.
That might be a nice option for some families who really want to receive a prescription, who are going to only listen to the person in the white coat, and they'll feel comfortable with that model. And that's great. And we are pro options for families who are out of them.
Now, families who moved to Colorado years ago for access to CBD are concerned. They hope that the federal approval of Epidiolex won't mean the end of access to locally produced and sold CBD oil. Right now, the oil is currently sold online and in specialty shops across the U.S. Its legal status is also unclear. And diabetic mothers could be putting their children at risk for autism. New research finds mothers with pre-existing type 1 and type 2 diabetes, as well as gestational diabetes, have higher rates of children on the autism spectrum. And is there such a thing as pregnancy brain? A report published in Live Science takes a look at this question. Researchers say pregnancy causes huge changes in a woman's brain. Some of that forgetfulness could be due to drastic schedule and life changes during pregnancy. Experts say it's normal to have memory lapses when you're busy or short on sleep. As for the specific neurological link between pregnancy and memory, there isn't yet a clear explanation. And a Florida oncologist is on a mission to find the link between herself and 20 other people. All of them graduated from the same high school, and they've all been diagnosed with cancer within a few years of each other. Lara Greenberg is in Florida and has more on what's being called a medical mystery.
Like many of the people here who grew up in Satellite Beach, radiation oncologist Julie Clift Greenwalt is looking for answers.
I think in general it's a hard thing to pinpoint and say we know it was this.
The doctor organizing this meeting to share information about at least 20 Satellite High School graduates, mostly in their 30s, who have been diagnosed or died of rare forms of cancer.
If I'm using that deep water on my yard, I'd like to know what's in it.
Dr. Greenwalt first reported the alarming trend to the CDC 2 years ago after she got her own diagnosis, a rare appendix cancer.
And I kept thinking about how my son wasn't going to have a mom to walk him into his first day of kindergarten.
The doctor, one of the lucky ones. She's now in remission. Even though she's now a cancer expert, she doesn't know why so many in her hometown are sick, and she's making it her mission to find answers.
I feel like I absolutely have to fight for it because I've lost friends and I've almost lost my own life.
The city of Satellite Beach taking the concerns seriously. The city manager stopped by today's meeting, sharing that the city hired a contractor to drill several wells and test the water for chemicals.
It's definitely a concern to see them concerned, and so we want to make sure that we get them the information they need.
And Florida's health department says there is no active investigation, but they have received calls. They add that they are concerned about what's going on and want others to reach out if they are affected. Coming up, today's consumer news. And how would you like to get paid to take off for vacation on 4th of July? Stick around to find out what company has got you covered.